Good fish, boy. You see how the fruit? Oh my goodness! Did you see that? Did you see that? So it's been a pretty fun morning. Reese and myself headed out, did a little bit of filming, shot an episode catching tarpon, well, trying to catch tarpon, and we caught some jacks too. Weather was really fantastic and we wrapped up the episode. Now, quite often after these episodes, Reese and myself or whoever I'm fishing with, we may continue fishing or we may continue doing something else, maybe spearfishing like today. The whole purpose of going spearfishing after we wrapped up the episode was just to simply get something to eat because I had nothing at home and I wanted to get something to take home with. Episode was done, so I didn't really take the camera with me and I wasn't thinking about it. So Reese and myself, we reached the spot and I knew a spot that had a few lionfish living in a cave. And I was like, I'm just gonna jump in with my little, my little pole spear, my lionfish pole spear. I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna probably catch about 3 or 4 of them. 3 would do because they're pretty nice sized ones. So I headed down, got in the cave and didn't see much. And then I looked up and I had this big dark thing peering over me. I'm like, what is that? I looked up and it was a pretty nice Goliath grouper. So I looked around in the cave for a little while and there was nothing there. And obviously I wasn't going to attempt shooting the grouper with the pole spear because it's a lionfish pole spear that's like this big and it can't do anything to a Goliath grouper. The boat came over and I told Reese what I saw. I was like, hey, there's a nice size Goliath grouper down there, like a nice size to take home. It's not big, but it's a nice size to take home. And we did have a brand new pole spear, which I brought with us today. I did not buy this pole spear with the intention of shooting Goliath grouper. I actually had a whole episode planned just to introduce this pole spear, which hasn't happened yet, and it's not gonna happen today. I'll tell you all about this pole spear in another episode. But for now, the main concern was that I wanted to use the pole spear just to get something to take home if I saw a decent fish to take home, not a Goliath grouper. An 80-pound Goliath grouper is not a big Goliath grouper, but it's a big fish and it could wreck my brand new pole spear. I do not want this to happen. So there was a lot of contemplation about that. Anyway, back and forth discussion. You guys already know, you'll have heard me say time and time again, majority of the time that I see these fish, I leave them. All my actions that I take in the ocean, when I'm diving, when I'm spearfishing, when I'm fishing, I take accountability for. Over the years, I just kind of grew to fall in love with these creatures. Plus, I've seen somewhat of a decline of them. So it's my personal decision not to take each one that I see. I obviously see them, more than enough times to take home, but once in a while I'll take one home. And today, Reese and myself spoke about it and we decided that because it's a pole spear and it's just a different technique to try getting it, we'll try giving it a go. Now, it was a conversation about how we're going to do this with a pole spear because we don't want to damage your pole spear. Kill shot was obviously discussed and it doesn't always work out that way, but that's the only reason why I'm going to try doing it. So we rigged up the pole spear, realized that we forgot the tip in the car. I was like, Reese, we either go into the car and coming back or we go into the car and we going home. So we headed back anyway, spoke about it on the way back, decided we were going to get the tip and come back. Got the tip, came back, and then it was time to jump in the water and execute as planned. Dive down, find the fish, get the kill shot, and go home with a lot of meat. Unfortunately, I didn't get the kill shot I was looking for. I quickly pulled out the pole spear to get the injector rod out of the fish so it doesn't damage my pole spear, and the fish took off into the hole. Pole spear is connected to my float, however, so I swam up to the surface and I fought it from the surface to get it out of the cave. Eventually I got it out of the cave, got the fish up to me, and there was a little bit of a battle once I got the fish up to me. There was a lot of energy left in the fish, so it took some time before I was able to get control of it. Reese eventually came over and got a gaff to me, and I gaffed the fish, gave it to him, and then we dispatched the fish in the ocean.
You wasn't gonna fit.
Fish is in the boat, now it's time to head back to the dock and get the fish cleaned up. And we reached back to the dock and decided, well, we're gonna fillet this Goliath grouper, and clearly there's a lot of meat and a lot of the fish that's left over when you fillet something this big. There's a lot of meat in the collarbones, there's a lot of meat in the head, and we don't want to throw this away, right? So we decided once we finish cleaning the fish, we're gonna pack it up and probably take it up the road to one of the fish stalls where we know the people that work there, and they could either take home the fish, or if they want, they could sell it. But fortunately for us, they had some people around the area that saw us cleaning the fish, and they asked what we were doing with the head and the collarbones and thing, and we're like, hey, if you want it, it's yours. And they jumped on it one time. All they do get hype, you know. Trinidad know to make a good fish broth. When you take that home, you know what they're doing with that head, you know, and you marinate that down inside of a soup. So 9 months later, you're looking to be parents.
I go got you tonight.
Yeah. It's, I take videos when I go out in the sea.
Underwater?
Yeah, underwater, outer water, kind of thing. Yeah.
Now, I'd like to mention again, harvesting Goliath groupers in Trinidad and Tobago is legal. And where it's a very rare thing for me to do, I do it every couple of years. Now, I'm not encouraging people to go out there and just catch Goliath groupers. If you want to take one home for you or your family, I can't really stop you from doing that. Once you're practicing sustainable spearfishing, well then, sure, by all means, you could go ahead and do it. It's what I do, so I don't see anything wrong with it. It's definitely not something to brag about. Goliath groupers are very easy fish to hunt. They're very inquisitive. They have little to no predators, so it's no bragging rights when you take a big one and you stick it up on Instagram or you put it up on social media like you caught something big. It's really not that big of a deal. Sorry to break the news to you. It's actually more impressive if you left one behind to prove the level of sustainability that you practice, just for the record. But this fish is going to be put to good use. I have a large amount of meat that I get to take home and I get to share with friends and family. Reese is going to do the same. And of course, I'm going to be taking some home today, and we're going to do some cooking just for you guys. So let's go and see how that goes. Alright folks, so we're in the kitchen there. We have our fresh fillets. Just went through all of our seasoning. You got to see some of what we're cutting up. I'm gonna start off here with the beautiful group of fillets. Already have all the dry seasoning on it. We put onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, cayenne pepper, salt. We have that there, and that's gonna be pan-seared and then put into the oven after. And then in this bowl, we have the chopped onions, mushrooms, we have garlic, and ginger, fresh ginger too, along with some balsamic vinegar. What else do we put in here? The lime. Sorry, it's actually lemon, because I couldn't find lime, but lemon works as well. So we're gonna sear up this grouper, stick it in the oven to finish, and while it's in the oven, You're gonna saute the mushrooms and the onions and get that up on top. On the stove now, for the sides I have some fresh veggies steaming as well as basmati rice. So while I was doing on the side, we're gonna tackle the grouper. Look who's there. Hi. Look who woke up. What kind of face is that? You don't like the light in your face, that's why. I'm gonna turn the light down. Let's see if she likes it. Oh. You're gonna give everybody back at home a smile? You're being shy. Hi, my cute girl. You ready for some grouper? You ready for some grouper? Some yummy grouper? Yeah. Make sure it's a skillet or something that can be put into the oven if you're gonna stick the fish in with the same pan that you cooked it in. Now it's time to put minced onions and all this lovely stuff that's gonna go on top of the fish. Sticks of butter, get that nice and brown down. Oh, by the way, that butter was also put in the fish and I didn't film it, so make sure and get that butter in the fish too when you're just saying it. For the end, I'm gonna take a little bit of my side hair, sprinkle that in there, just the very last touch. Hi! Look who came in the kitchen to see what's going on. Hi! Would you like to taste this? It's too hot. How does that look? How does that look? Like big people food? You want to taste that? It's too hot for you to taste, Bubba. Maybe if it cools down. Alright, well, we'll end the episode there. Hope you all enjoyed. And we'll see you on the next one.